Good afternoon, Helena. Welcome to this week's version of United Way's Community Partner Spotlight. And this week, we have the privilege of spending some time and visiting with Mrs. Iva West, who is one of the majors, co-pastor and administrator at our Salvation Army here in Helena. And as the nights start to get cooler and we start thinking about all things winter, people always think about the Salvation Army and the bells and all the good things that you all do. So let me stop and let you introduce yourself a little bit. Tell us how long you've been in the community, and just maybe a little bit about your current programs and services.
All right. My name is Major Iva West. My husband and I have been in Helena, going on our third year already. It's went by very fast. We are a church here in Helena, but also a social services program. On our property, we also have a sober living house for men and for women, as well as transitional homes for families that need help getting back on their feet again.
Yeah, and does that program have a name, the transitional housing, or is it just as needed?
You know what, we just call it our sober living and transitional homes.
Sure, sure.
Yep.
Okay. Well, that's great. That important resources
It is.
with the challenges we face in our community. And we're glad that you all are a partner. I want to say you also have a food bank. Is that true?
We do. We have a large food bank here in Helena. We offer not only the food bank, families can come to us and get food assistance through our social services office, as well as bread and other services such as, if they qualify, we also provide rental assistance to families that are struggling with their rent, as well as utility assistance. And so we do a multitude of things in our community to help families just to relieve some of the stress that many of them are facing right now due to COVID and the economy.
Absolutely, absolutely. And it is challenging times for sure. So we're glad you're there to provide some of those services.
Thank you.
Well, tell us specifically, I understand you have a fundraiser coming up. What's that about?
We do. It's called Feed the Need. This is going to be our second year with our Feed the Need program. It is to help us to raise funds to continue offering the services that we do. It also helps fund our FIRE program, which is a volleyball and basketball team that we provide in the community to young people that don't make it on their school teams but still want to play competitively across the state of Montana. And so this helps us to fund that program, but also provide a service to teens to help them to enjoy playing basketball and volleyball.
That's great. You guys have a great gymnasium there.
Yes.
I want to say a new floor was put in recently. And tell me, what kind of numbers do you see? How many students are involved in the athletic programs?
We have probably close to between 60 and 75 kids that play on our teams throughout the season. And so,
That's great.
From all over Montana.
And do you provide coaches, or how does that work?
We do. We provide everything for them. We provide the uniforms, we provide the coaches, we provide the referees that come. Okay. We also have snacks for them and all that good stuff.
All the important things.
Yes, food.
You're going to have student athletics. You gotta have some food.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. So Feed the Need fundraiser. Give us a few more details about that. When is that coming up, and where is it going to be?
It is going to be in our gym program at 1330 Hudson Street. It is on November the 2nd, and it starts from 5 to 7 p.m. We are expecting probably close to 150 people to attend our fundraiser. We're hoping that's how many we have. But we are actively needing silent auction items. So if people want to donate those to us, new items only, that we'll have a silent auction throughout the evening, and then at the end we'll announce the winners. All that money goes right back into our program.
Into the program. So Feed the Need. So I assume it's a dinner. Is that what it is?
It's nice more of appetizers.
Appetizers.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay. Sounds good. Sounds good. Appetizers, a silent auction, all raising funds for just great programming that you guys provide.
Thank you.
Well, that's fantastic. Well, I mentioned the holiday season. I can only imagine you are probably already preparing and gearing up for volunteers, for ringing the bells and all that kind of good stuff. Tell us where you're at. Here we are close to the beginning of October, but where are you all in preparations for the holiday season?
We are right in the middle of that as well. And this year, which is something that we really need the help of our public and the community, is that we want to do our bell ringing strictly volunteers this year due to the high costs of hiring people to ring the bells. So we want to make sure that we get a profit from it. So if anybody out there wants to volunteer, they can call our main office, and we would be happy to sign them up for that, and together we can meet a need.
Okay, I'm going to put in a plug for that because just as an idea, and we have a small office, there's 4 of us, but last year I remember we signed up as a group and we kind of shared the day or shared, a few hours.
Yeah.
And I would just throw out to folks as they consider volunteering for ringing your bell that you do it as an office or a family or a faith community, whatever.
Absolutely.
Do that as a kind of a fun group activity, frankly, and you can go nuts. Provide hot chocolate, whatever.
It's so true. And we also have the fire department and the police department that compete against one another.
That's right. They do that. They do that. I think last year it was a Vans. They were out there competing with one another, seeing who could raise the most money.
That's right.
So, well, that's good. So we're going to mention that we need volunteers for bell ringing. What other things do you do to get ready for the holidays? I know last year, I think it was last year or the year before, I think I made a turkey for Thanksgiving. Are you still planning a Thanksgiving dinner?
Yes, sir, we are. We are going to do a Thanksgiving dinner on Thanksgiving morning, and we need volunteers for that, but we also need people to help us bake turkeys again.
Sure.
But we expect, last year we served a little over 100 people. This year we expect the number to rise just because people are getting used to us being back open after COVID and being able to have that meal provided for them. And if someone like the elderly or someone that might not be able to come into our program, they can also get a to-go meal to go.
That's right. I was going to mention that. Not only are you serving there in the gymnasium, I think,
Yes.
you're set up for serving, but if you've got a senior adult, a neighbor that just can't get out, do folks need to call ahead or just show up and get a to-go box? How does that work?
Either one. They can call ahead and we can have it ready for them, or they just need to come in, talk to us, and then we'll have that ready for them. And if people are afraid to come into our building due to COVID, because some people are still a little afraid of that, if they just pull up, we'll have volunteers outside. They'll come in, let us know that they need so many to-go meals, and we'll take it right to their car for them.
That's great. That is a great service. Not going to commit yet, but I'll probably do a turkey again this year.
Yay,
We'll
thank
see.
you.
So, okay. Well, good. So Thanksgiving, and then besides bell ringing, do you all are engaged in any other holiday festivities?
Well, we do adopt a families,
Okay.
and so if anybody is interested in helping us provide for a family for Christmas, they can call our main office and talk to Val Matvelt, and she will hook them up with the family, and then she will also provide them with the wish list of the family and the needs of the family, and then they bring that back to us and we distribute that. But we also do applications for families that come through our office, and we also provide toys for them. They come to us, we allow them to go shopping for their families.
Oh, that's great. That's great. What I like about that is toys, items that are donated, families being able to shop for themselves helps that family retain the dignity and all of those kind of things that they are providing for their own families. Sometimes, and I tell this story, but unfortunately sometimes our charity can be harmful to folks, and they feel bad because they can't provide for themselves, and we don't want to do that. We want to support families as they are trying to get on their feet and do better. So kudos to you all for the Christmas. It's not called a Christmas store, but your shopping.
Our distribution.
Distribution. Okay, very good, very good. And let's see, I may be going astray here. do you assist at all? This may be a whole other topic. Toys for Tots is a whole separate deal.
Right.
But do you all support that, I presume?
We
in
do.
some way? Yeah.
We do support them. We work together to meet the needs of our community, and that's what it should be, a partnership.
Yep.
On the day of their distribution, we normally last year we handed out 500 food boxes to families that came
Right.
through. So
Right.
Toys for Tots did the toys, and we did the food boxes
Oh,
at their
excellent.
distribution. We gave out over 500.
Okay, good. I'm not nuts. I knew there was a connection there.
Yep,
So,
yep.
Okay, good. Very good. Well, that's fantastic. Let me ask you about this, because this is a common thing across many of our nonprofits, and that is, how are you all doing with staffing for your programs? How's that going?
You know, it's always a struggle to find people to come back into the workforce after COVID. But right now we're fully staffed, but we will be hiring and asking for volunteers primarily with our kettle season. And so we're taking applications now. Or sign-ups for people who want to volunteer, or groups of people.
Sure.
So you don't have to do it by yourself. We have youth groups that come and sing at our kettles.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and just really make it a fun day.
Yeah.
You know, and it also livens the people that walk past them and they want to
Sure.
give more. So we would love to have that, but we are hiring some kettle workers to make sure that all of our spots are filled, because that income is really important to us.
And I'm sorry to interrupt,
your
but
problem.
there's a lot of logistics regarding the kettles too, picking them up at the end of the day, counting money, all those
Yep.
kind of things. I'm sure you need to hire some folks to do some of that logistical work as well. You know, I was thinking about another fun thing to do at the kettle, and I'm sorry, my mind's just...
No, it's great.
We could plug in a karaoke machine and do Christmas music while we're...
Absolutely. Do I hear you volunteering for that,
no,
Jeff?
Not yet, not yet. No, you don't want to hear me sing karaoke. But oh yeah, you could have all kinds of fun with that.
You
like
can
you mentioned,
absolutely.
the choirs, the carolers. Oh,
Yep.
so much fun.
Yep.
So much
you can
fun.
dress up in a little
And-
elf outfit too.
Oh sure. Do the elf thing, or yeah. What am I thinking of? The Christmas Carol, the story. You know, whatever. No, we want to make it fun.
Yes.
Everybody, you know, here's the great thing, and you know this. Helena is just such a generous community.
Yes.
And responding to an ongoing need is always important. Folks are generous. And even the folks, and this is another thing I talk about sometimes, and that is, even when you can't help a person, you can smile and wish them a nice day and all those
Absolutely.
kind of things. Thank you for ringing the bell.
Yeah.
And you know those bell ringers, you know, it's always 70 degrees and pleasant outside while we're out there ringing the... I don't know how that happens. No, actually, sometimes the weather's horrendous. And the
Yeah.
other great thing is our local businesses, for example, if you're at Vans or if you're at Safeway or wherever, they'll let you step inside and,
Yes.
and get out of the cold, because there are just some days that are just
Oh, yeah.
too cold for that kind of thing. So,
Yeah.
and my guess is, besides your bell ringers, you have an online way for folks to give?
We do. You can go into our website and there's an online link, Salvation Army Helena, and you can give to us anytime throughout the year, or make a donation, or you can even walk it into us or mail it to us.
Well, I just know that folks like me don't carry cash around very often, and I, you know, feel guilty when I can't put something in the kettle. But yeah, the online option is always a great option.
Yes,
And that's
it
at
is.
your website. Anything else you can tell us today?
No, you know, we just are so grateful for the community and the partnership that we have with United Way, you know, to help together as a community to meet the needs of the people that need us the most, you know, and so we appreciate that, you know, and we appreciate our community that loves us, you know, and are so supportive of us. So thank you for allowing us to talk about our program.
Oh, you bet. You bet. Well, friends, I hope you learned a little bit about the Salvation Army this week and all the good things they're doing. We'll call it good for now, and we'll see you next week.